Let's go back to memory lane, back to elementary school. Actually, even before that, even before when I was still in the Philippines. We were young, me and my friends, we had a crush on this boy, and only that he was the eye candy back then. He was the only one that we liked. There was another guy, but I think I forgot his name, but I don't even know where he's at now. But so after that, yeah, he came to America as well. He to Seattle around maybe like when I was go-go dancing, and before that or after that, we met up. We met up, and I told him that yeah, I know you from the Philippines, and he wasn't aware. He didn't really remember who I was, but he remembered my friend. Um, Fast forward to maybe 2029 or 2020, we met up again, and my best friend from the Philippines came to America, and we all met up, and that was a good time. He's actually married now, which is that's so beautiful. I think they have a kid now also, so good for him. So then in elementary school, I had a big crush on this guy named Andrew. Um, yeah, I had the biggest crush on him. I remember it was in fourth grade that I started noticing this guy, and every time there was an assembly, or because he was in a different class, so every time when his class and my class were together, I I was giddy, and it was something that I was looking forward to every single time. And then yeah, I don't know if he knew that he knew that I liked him, but honestly back then I don't think I was really attractive because my teeth, I didn't have braces then, and my hair was all messed up. I didn't know what a straightener was. And yeah, and then I think sixth grade, he told me to come to somewhere, and all of a sudden after that I heard that he was gonna ask me out or something, but that wasn't even the case. So, and then so junior high comes, we're there, me and my friends, we get there, and then we saw a new set of guys who came from a different elementary school, and that was when I started crushing on other guys that was there. But nothing really went on with that. So yeah, and that's why I'm saying, like, I didn't really have any serious relationships until I was in high school. So, and that's where we're gonna get into that later. But other than that, it was just an innocent crushes that I had in elementary school. So back then, I was into the white boys. That's what they were. So I remember in junior high, the beginning of junior high, so like let's say around seventh grade, um, it was still Andrew that I was interested in. This boy named AJ and this boy named Ryan, I think, or I'm not sure, but I know we had a class together, or Eric. I don't know. All these names are coming up, but so that was that. And then all of a sudden, around eighth grade, I started hanging out with other people, and my choice in men changed. I started liking you know, not the thugs really, but more of like people that has class, not class even, people that are like, that has swag, So I started liking them. One in particular named Tracy. We'll mention that later because he did come again in my life towards the end. So keep that in mind, that name in mind. And also, I was crushing on this guy named Nick. Keep that in mind also because too long ago we did start hanging out. So that was a good thing. And then after that, I think that's it. I think that's it. But it was a different experience and stuff. And I'm glad that, and honestly, I think I was really hurt when I had to move from Federal Way to Puyallup because it was different. People was different. When we were still coming to the Puyallup, people here were racist, and just the whole difference from being in Federal Way to being in Puyallup was just not the same. And so I feel like my depression started then with in 8th grade because I told my parents, I was like, I gotta go to school in Federal Way, like I have to. And they weren't trying to drive to Federal Way every day. So it just sucked because, I had to start meeting new people here in Puyallup, and it was just kind of hard for me. It was a hard time. It was a really hard time for me. So, and then junior high comes around, Puyallup, 8th grade to 9th. Didn't really have anyone that I remember that I was involved with. There was this boy or guy or whatever. The only crush that I had, his name was Peter. And that was kind of weird because my friend and I liked him, but he was just like a player, and he wasn't really my type, to be honest, really. But I feel like he was the only one that was an eye candy, but not even an eye candy. So really, like I said, I was bored. I was expecting to go to school with a bunch of hotties from Federal Way High School, and it just didn't happen that way. And it just sucked for me. But I mean, also at the end of the day, I am happy that I moved to Puyallup, because if I didn't move, mm, if I didn't move, my life would have been way different from now. Like, I felt like it was a fast lane over there, and here it was kind of slow, and like it was hard to get along with people a little bit, if that makes sense. Even when we lived in Puyallup, I made the effort. I made it a habit for me to go to the Federal Way and visit my friends. And there was this time where I did visit them one day, and I know that I had to be there before the bell rang, like around 2. I had to be there to see everybody and my crushes. So, so that did happen, and I just remember, the light in my heart, that I was so happy. I was just happy that I was in the presence of my friends. So everything, it was just an innocent crushes. And yeah, that was that. That was the early years of my being involved with guys, and very innocent. Some were not. But that was the chapter of when I was in my younger years. And we'll get to the other years, and we'll just see the timeline and everything. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned to my other channels. Good night.